Good morning, guys and gals. It's the 14th of October of 2022. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm heading downtown in Elko to get a little something to eat. You're going to see right here on the left that this idiot's just parked there. My destination is right here on the right, the coffee mug. I'm going to park the car. I'm going to wander in and order, and you'll see the clip here in just a second. Good morning, guys and gals. Thank you for dropping by Life with Yosef and another one of my travel vlogs. That is the Elko County Courthouse, which I may be able to get a better shot of somewhere down the line here. This is your host, Joe, thanking you for coming by. We are in Elko, Nevada, in Elko County. I'm downtown. I'm going to go for breakfast at the Coffee Mug. It's a very, very popular and famous place of the locals eat here a ton. You can see the older buildings here. This parking strip used to be where the railroad ran, and that's why the old buildings are right here. And when the railroad moved its tracks a little bit closer or over the river, the Humboldt River, the city made this into parking and tried to spruce up down here. As you can see, there's a lot of people parked down here. The Coffee Mug is a pretty popular place. I'm going to go in and have breakfast. I didn't go to Walmart yesterday, so I need to eat this morning. The breakfast at the hotel is the entire experience. Thank you, Wyndham. You know, I know it's Super 8, but you really got to do a little bit better. So I'm going to go in the coffee mug and we'll see what's next. Ham and cheese omelet. Here's my toast, God love him, and the salsa. Excellent. So I'm pretty happy about this. And we're going to chow down now. Dick Borgononi is a guy you probably never heard of, but he's from Elko, and he kicked the national high school record field goal of 68 yards. And there's your beer-winning trivia for today.
This dipshit in the blue stood there in the parking stall. I had parked and walked in, unhooked everything and walked into the store, and she was still standing there. What a dipshit. We're driving through the old town of Wells. Wells was founded in 1869, and it used to be called Humboldt Wells because the source of the Humboldt River is not far from here. We'll drive by the north fork of the Humboldt later today. In the late 1800s, the town caught fire, and the telegram for help just said, Wells is on fire, and it's been called Wells ever since. About 1,200 people live in town, according to the last census. There are schools here. There's not a hospital. The movie house you can see right here on the left is closed. So we're going to park the car, I'm going to run some film, and then we'll press on.
As you hopefully saw on the clip, I'm in Wells in Elko County in Nevada. Wells is at the intersection of Interstate 80 and US 93. US 93 is named the Great Basin Highway out here. In your shot right now is the Nevada Theater, which kind of a small town to have a movie house at one time, but maybe not, because long before TV and satellite and all that, you had to entertain yourselves, and when the movie came, everyone in town went. So this Victory Motel, I'm going to extrapolate, was named after the Victory Highway, which I don't have that data in front of me. I know it's roughly US 80 from Reno to maybe sort of Salt Lake. I'll certainly read up on it and talk about it when we're driving, but we're in Wells. I'm gonna see about going out to, Metropolis. There's some ruins out there. I need to see if I could get there, how to get there. I've read where I could probably do it in the car. I'm not gonna get stuck. I told you the story the other day about being in France, so it's not gonna happen to me. So we'll drive around and we'll see what's next.
The Victory Highway is interesting, as a matter of fact. It was founded in 1921 to honor the Great War veterans. It ran from New York to San Francisco, but not along all of the Lincoln Highway. It ran down to Baltimore and Washington, D.C., and then it got altered through Cumberland, Maryland, and it roughly followed US 40, while the Lincoln Highway followed what's now US 30. It went through Kansas City, Denver, Wendover, Reno, over the Sierras, paralleling the northern part of the Lincoln Highway. But when the Victory Highway got to San Francisco, to Sacramento, it went down the Delta, which is now State Highway, California State Highway 160, crossed over what is now the Antioch Bridge, along what's now California 24, and through the Broadway Tunnel that goes from roughly Lafayette over into Oakland, and then the ferry, and then the Bay Bridge into San Francisco. So I learned something new about that today, and I found it really interesting, and God, I hope you did too. So we're still on our way here to Metropolis. I gotta follow the deputy's directions here. I was a little bit absent-minded here. So we're pulling up on the ruins now, and I'm gonna talk about it.
Our next stop of the day finds us at the town site of Metropolis, which is one of my, I hate to say bucket lists because that's just terrible nonsense, but it is someplace that I've always wanted to come. As I said on an earlier clip, I'm a student of Nevada when I talked to the pastor dude, and then I always wanted to come out here. I've seen pictures of it. Metropolis was founded in 1910. By 1940, they couldn't get water out here. Let me read here. I just read it. Between the lack of water, now I'm going to drive up to the school here in a minute. Between the lack of water, a typhoid epidemic, rabbits eating the crops, and the Mormon crickets. Now you may think, come on, dude, crickets? Well, let me tell you, these sons of bitches are by the billions, and there are times in Nevada where they're on the highway and traffic runs them over, and it makes the road slick as ice. And I'm not making this up. This is no joke, these Mormon crickets. So let me walk up here. God, it's a beautiful day. I think it's about 70. We're in the high desert. This that I'm going to film, I'm not positive what it was. So I'm going to film this, and then I'm going to look it up and text it in. So this, well, you're going to read the text. And then I'm going to head up to the school. This is the ruins of the Metropolis School. And I will get the dates if I could find them. It was on the little plaque, but the plaque was fenced and I couldn't get close enough to read it. So I'm going to walk up and just film this briefly. You know, when you invest a ton of money as we the people into a building like this, I've talked about the courthouses and stuff like that. You can see underneath. You see the graffiti. You know, we have 5G service out here. Who knew? So let's walk up and touch the steps. Kind of get a, well, there's not really much else here to see. But I'm in the doorway of the Metropolis School in Metropolis, Elko County, Nevada. Just kidding, so I can turn this around. And one of my hope I would ever get to one day, and I'm here. I'm obviously not allowed to see. I'm here for 5 or 10 minutes, and I'm heading back. So, but I'm glad that I came. It was well worth it. You know, I'm a traveler at heart, and I just like to go out and see stuff just to see stuff. So I'm heading back, and we'll see what's next.
Now I'm going to note here for any of you who find this vlog looking for Metropolis specifically, that you can take your regular passenger car out here and you won't have a problem. If you have a very low profile car, or you're riding a three-wheeler like my Spider, you may have a bit of issue. You may scrape just a touch on the road from up to the school from the hotel. So I wanted to point that out.
We're back in Wells, and I thought I was, well, first off, here's the sign for the California Trail. I mentioned crossing the California Trail, or I put it on the clip, when we were driving through Biawaway the other day. Yesterday, day before. And it's 1849 trail. It's what the pioneers first started to use when they came out for the gold rush of 1849, which really was the driving force behind California becoming an independent republic. I've talked about William Brown Ide and joining the Union on September 9th of 1850 as the 31st state. Now I'm at the cemetery, and by God, it's about the only green grass out here, that and the school probably. So I thought about going to Angel Lake, and I thought about going to Tuscarora, but I think I'm just gonna skip all that. I need to go to Walmart. I need some drinks and a little bit of not $40 breakfast. Well, 20, but so I tell you, the gas is bad enough, but the food to eat out has, especially since the virus and all the supply chain issue and basically getting gouged by food manufacturers. And don't think it's not an oligopoly. There's only a few meat producers in this nation. I saw a clip somewhere, I didn't watch it, that there's 4 railroad companies that handle all the rail freight in this nation. You can't tell me that they're not talking to each other. Anyway, I'm going to get back on the freeway. I'm going to go to Walmart, which I'm not thrilled about them either, but, man. But we're going to head, you're going to see some film. I'm going to probably wrap this up when I get back to Elko, but we will see what's next.
Look at the arrows, and you'll see the marching band and a little parade for homecoming here in Elko. I'm going to wrap this up. So we had a good day ride, about 20 minutes of film. Thank you for watching yet another one of my travel vlogs. This is Joe, your host, posting to Life with Yosef. Enjoy your day. Peace be with you. And we'll see you for the next one.